Wow. Hey, everyone. Great day today. Incredible news. Stocks pressured by inflation concerns and Iran war jitters. Is this World War III? Like and share. Let's get the word out. And please subscribe to my channel. Thanks. Got a lot of news to go over today. My goodness. Today is Wednesday, March 18th, 2026. So I'm buying the dip on XRP. It's off like 5% today, had 3 winning cycles in a row. FOMC, interest rates. Is the Federal Reserve going to keep interest rates the same? Are they going to raise interest rates, lower interest rates? What is going on at FOMC? It's around 1:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in northern Florida. Both sides in Iran ratchet up attacks on energy facilities as oil prices surge. Let's see here. Oil is up $1.50 to $97 a barrel. Gold is off $109. Silver tanking. Hopefully silver bullion will retest $55 per ounce, and then I'll be able to back the truck up in it. But we're not sure there about what's going to go on with precious metals. I was selling my silver bags at the top of the market. And with XRP, I bought the dippy dip as low as $1.33 over the last 3 weeks. Scaled out, and then we had a huge pump on XRP, as my viewers know, to $1.605. And I sold at the top of the market, not the highest possible price. But now we're getting the dippy dip. So here we go again. The cycle resets. Trade history, I'm looking at today alone. I'm buying the dippy dip on XRP at 547, scaling in, and then 48591, and then buying the dippy dip at 43978. So FOMC, you can't fight the Fed. Is the Federal Reserve going to curb inflation? Inflation concerns. So the Fed, the central banks, what are they going to do? Reading the news headlines, stocks are under pressure today after U.S. February producer prices rose more than expected. Man, it's a sign of sticky price pressures. That's a tongue twister. Stocks added to their losses today after WTI crude prices whipsawed higher than greater than 2% after initially being down more than 2% on signs of escalation of the Iran war after Iran said it will target energy infrastructure in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and UAE in retaliation for the U.S. and Israeli airstrikes on its South Pars gas field and its oil and industry facilities. So, man, Straits of Hormuz. The U.S. dropped a 5,000-pound bunker buster on Iran's missile sites near the Straits of Hormuz. The war enters its 19th day with no signs of easing up. My goodness. So we're going over this news today. Just a quick video. I bought the dippy dip on XRP at 43978, and it's pivoting, and we're going into the FOMC decision here. Oil prices surge as U.S. and Israeli reportedly attack Iran's gas fields. Israel also said at KILLED the regime's Iran's intel minister, again while the U.S. dropped a 5,000-pound bunker buster. Okay, live updates. Fed, the Federal Reserve was expected to cut rates at least once this year, but with Iran war, all bets are off. That's what's being reported on CNN. Okay, XRP's pumping off of that pivot point. We bought some more of that. Okay, so this is, I'm just I go over the news here. It says U.S. astronauts on spacewalk to upgrade solar arrays. solar panels. And there's been news about NVIDIA putting computer chips and data centers in outer space. It makes sense. So that's what we have today. Let's, look at bar chart. I go over the news. And if you stay with me to the end, I give you a trading plan, free alpha. Of course, it's not investment advice. You have to see the risk disclosure below. Crude oil's pumping. So this is what we have on crude. Check out my new agentic AI artificial weather app. It's called weathermist.com. That's weathermist.com. It's an incredible agentic AI app that I coded and designed and everything using computer science process. It's the first app of its kind that uses agentic AI minute by minute to update weather predictions for hurricanes and tornadoes, floods, thunderstorms, hail, you name it. It's an incredible product. So tell me what you think. So that's what I have so far today. I'm going to try to run the video long to go all the way through the FOMC decision that I believe is transpiring today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So just incredible news here. Let's look what's being reported on, let's say, Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance is, I use bar chart and then Yahoo Finance. And then I also look at Al Jazeera, CNN, Fox News, BBC. Here comes the Fed decision. What to expect amid oil shock. Eyeing the oil market turmoil and erratic job numbers, the central bank looks set to hold interest rates steady. Is the Federal Reserve going to lower interest rates to save the inflation? Stocks slide amid hot inflation print and Iran war escalation. Got North Korea, South Korea, that's heating up too. The Crimea Peninsula and Russia and China and Iran versus the U.S. and Israel. NATO, what's going to happen with NATO? Trump waives U.S. shipping law in bid to lower gas prices. So news there on Trump. So why the dollar is today's real Fed trade. Chart of the day. Got to look at the Dixie. What's going on with the dollar? Fed is expected again to hold rates. I just read the news to myself every day, and then I'm able to formulate a trading plan for myself and look at my speculation so that I can survive. White House response shifts as traffic in Strait of Hormuz plunges. Tesla has a new competitor. BMW's new i3. BMW.de. Okay, oil jumps as war escalates with attack on Iranian energy assets. So Anthropic news, BMG sues Anthropic for using Bruno Mars and Rolling Stones lyrics in artificial intelligence. So we shall see, people. Fed predictions for 2026. It's now a good time to refinance your mortgage. Tax refund delays hit several states. So people are filing taxes, and the IRS, I think, has 27% less employees this year. A 27% drop in IRS staffing could impact your refund. The 10-year, what's with the 10-year note? Got to watch the yield on the 10-year. I'm just reading Yahoo Finance here, and then I kind of look at how can I position myself in the capital markets. And NVIDIA CEO, secret to success, don't DIE. Jason Huang shares his secret to life. So this is what we have. Oil prices react. Again, oil market, FOMC, Macy's stocks gets a lift on Q4 earnings beat. It's up 4% on Macy's. Top gainers. Look at the stocks. Anderson Group, Kingsoft Cloud, Regenicell Bioscience, Fastly Inc. These stocks, Anderson Group is up 20%. That's a big, I guess that's earnings. We shall see. Stocks that are losers, Sale Point off for 13%. Boyd Group is off 12%. Nova Gold, Seabridge Gold are off 11 and 10% respectively. And then Orkla Mining. So the gold mining stocks are taking a hit today because of the price of gold bullion is dipping. So, it pumped to way overbought condition, so it has a dippy dip. So I might consider selling some puts, a naked put on Nova Gold Resources, Seabridge Gold, and Orkla Mining, just out of the money on Nova Gold. So we'll see if there's any premium there. Most active stocks, again, stay with me to the end, when I give you my trading plan. Not financial advice, it's just information. NVIDIA is active. Plug Power, very active again. SoFi Technologies and Intel. Boy, Intel and Taiwan Semiconductor and China and World War III. So that's what we have. So let's look at the market here. I don't run commercials on my channel, but I recently penned an ebook that you can read for free called Chat GPT Masterclass, a course in prompt engineering and advanced AI, artificial intelligence interaction. You can see the links down below. It's a Kindle edition. Are you ready to stop guessing and start mastering Chat GPT, artificial intelligence? The future of artificial intelligence productivity is here and is powered by AI. So check out the links below. It helps support my channel, and my channel's getting a lot of traction. I want to welcome all of my new viewers. XRP's pumping. We got about 15 minutes until interest rate decision here, people. So I'm going to stay the course here for the duration, if I can, to see how we get a reaction on FOMC. ChatGPT Masterclass. And of course, my weathermist.com app for weather. It helped me avoid a whole bunch of weather storms and thunderstorms and cold fronts and hailstorms here recently, and tornadic activity and flash floods. Weathermist.com. Act now. So that's what we have. So what's going to happen with the interest rates here? Energy stocks are active. News on Alibaba. Huge unusual trading in NVIDIA puts. Palantir, news on Palantir, running about 12 minutes. Tesla gears up to launch TerraFab. Is Tesla stock a buy? And Hormel food stock underperforming the NASDAQ. So the S&P minis are off 46 points. NASDAQ 100 minis off 150. Dow futures mini off 500 points approximately. The VIX is up there at 24.26. XRP's pumping off of that pivot point trade. We got a nice trade on it. Back in the truck up again on XRP. Let's see if we get a follow through here. The 10-year at 111-245. Crude oil again at about $97 a barrel. Nat gas at 3.020. Gold at $4,900 an ounce off $107. Silver's tanking at 77.565. So that's what we have. Looking at the markets. Chart of the day is, let's see, GX MSCI Norway ETF, NORW. So strong technical momentum in Norway. So that's a dollar play. Looking at the euro, and my goodness. Now the active, most popular ETFs, SPY, the triple Qs, Invesco triple Qs, IWN, the Russell 2000, the Gold Spider, GLD, USO, the gold fund is very active, LQD, corporate bonds, VU, S&P 500 Vanguard Fund, SLV is active off about 2.5% with a dip in silver. DIA, the Dow Industrial Average Spider, and Van Eck Gold Miner ETF. Taking a dippy dip today, GDX off about 5%. So that's what we have on bar chart. Go XRP Army. Running about 15 minutes, so let's see what we have here. Let's look at Fox News. Then we'll look at Al Jazeera. I even look at the Iranian official news agency too to see their news, just to get an independent perspective, and the BBC also. CIA director asked if Iran poses a threat to the U.S. after top official resigned in protest. So, U.S. hammers Iran missile sites with bunker busters near the world's top oil route. Trump says NATO future after allies refuse military. So NATO is not backing the war. So we shall see with NATO. Tulsi Gabbard issues statement on president's decision to target Iran. And McConnell claims different news on that. Joe Kent, resignation. So this is what we have on Fox News. So that's what we have. So let's take it. I just read the news to myself and I formulate a trading plan. My XRP dip trade is working out great here. So I went in, bought the dippy dip at the pivot point just about half hour ago at one spot 439 or 78. So now it's pumping. So let's see what we're going to do here. We got 9 minutes until FOMC. So what other news we cover? Let's look at Al Jazeera. I'm not a Benedict Arnold because I look at Al Jazeera news. So don't get any wrong ideas. Okay. So Qatar, Kuwait, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia intercept missiles. Iran's supreme leader says Israel will pay for the offing of its officials. So World War III is here, people. You know, are we going to have a Gulf of Tonkin event type of thing, or Archduke Ferdinand type of scenario? We shall see. This is, history doesn't often repeat itself, but it often rhymes. That's the famous quote from Mark Twain. So, sinking of ships and everything, and real estate prices in Dubai are tanking also too. And there's been stories about TSA here in the States, on stateside, that people are waiting 3-4 hours at the Austin airport in Texas and then in Fort Lauderdale because spring break, because the TSA officials walked off the job because they weren't receiving their paycheck because of a partial government shutdown. I guess you can't blame them. But at the same time, there's a trade-off for everything too. So, and also in Dubai, they were showing hundreds of people trying to exit Dubai at the Dubai airport. So, and the news is all these, the Palm Jumeirah and all these exotic real estate projects and everything are being unfunded, and people will have to put resources into such, and they're backing away from it, and they can't. And so these real estate projects in Dubai, place is empty. No one wants to travel to Dubai in the United Arab Emirates because of World War III scenario with Iran missiles, etc. So even though that's not politically correct, my goodness, running about 19 minutes. But so what are people in Dubai going to do if they have to sell real estate? They research that. Dubai real estate. How long can the Dubai real estate market hold? Middle East on boil, but Dubai real estate defies the heat with missiles, luxury cars and steady prices. That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that people are trying to panic sell, and that real estate deals in United Arab Emirates fall 51% month over month since conflict started. So after World War III, I might, consider purchasing perhaps a luxury condominium instead of Miami Beach to do a luxury condo in Dubai. Or if they dip 90% like we had here in 2008, 2009 with the GFC, the Great Financial Crisis, and foreclosures, might consider doing so. It says valuation professionals jump 50%. British influencer left with they're peeling out of the Daily Mail is reporting a British influencer left with unsellable Dubai. They're just panic running. They can't sell it. So, all these big oil countries, they have unlimited economic resources, but at the same time, oil market is in turmoil, and then the real estate professionals are trying to build up Dubai. And it says here, the expats left with unsellable Dubai homes. One British TV influencer faces making loss on his 1.5 British pound mansion on property prices collapsed due to war in the Middle East. So it's getting real, people. A hard luck life on that. The Daily Mail is reporting. So that's what we have there on the Daily Mail on real estate prices on Dubai. So peace in the Middle East, are we going to have this? What's the Federal Reserve going to do? The interest rates, properties for sale in Dubai. The Dubai real estate index is crashing. And it says here, do not come to Dubai, real estate crash. Well, I bought the dip in Q1 of 2010, and then my home has now doubled in price since then with hyperinflation. So might be a time to look at Dubai real estate, and see, it says here, is Dubai United Arab Emirates real estate really a gold mine or a land mine? So that's looking more like a landmine right now. Sotheby's International is selling homes in Dubai, United Arab Emirates luxury real estate home for sales. Let's see what's being offered in Sotheby's. New listing in Palm Jumeirah in Dubai. So Palm Jumeirah, AVA at Palm Jumeirah. Wow. 5 bedrooms, 6 full baths, 32,000 square feet. And let's see here. Beautiful property. Beautiful resort style living it includes a Bentley, Ferrari, Lamborghinis, and looks like it has a price reduction. It's offered at 109 million USD. So it's been on the market, just a new listing. Here's another home here. Price upon request. 6 bedrooms, 7 full baths, 25,000 square feet. Jumeirah Bay Island, 95 million. Here's, they're dropping the price here on Dubai Hills Estate at 91 million. 81 million. Beautiful properties, but also too, I've been reading some narrative about United Arab Emirates that this Palm Jumeirah island that they had built is sinking. So they're showing it's sinking a couple millimeters a year, and that they're trying to pump in extra sand in order to build it up so it doesn't collapse into the sea. It's an example of kind of like the Titanic. You purchase the Titanic, but then it eventually sinks. Who knows? But so Sotheby's. All right, got 1 minute. All right, until FOMC meeting. What is the Fed going to do? Let's look at the S&P futures here, running about 25 minutes, people. like and share. Check out my agentic AI weather app called weathermist.com. S&P, what's it going to have? It's off about 0.5%. That's what we got. We're going to cover this live. CNN, Fox News is reporting on this. So I'm on my news desk here as a prop trader and seeing, okay, what is Yahoo Finance going to report? We'll know by watching the futures, but I know it's a longer video, but stay with me. We're just going to go over. Here comes the Fed decision, people. 2 o'clock. Here it is. Let's see. XRP. I bought the dippy dip. It's pumping huge on the news. 2 o'clock right here. What are they going to do? Is the news out? What's the FOMC going to do? Yahoo Finance is reporting Micron earnings fall. Let's see, Micron Technologies, high expectations as its stock keeps rising. So what is the FOMC news decision here? Coming across the tape right now. Stocks are sliding though on hot inflation. Top gainers in the markets that are active, most active. And we got big earnings coming up too for Micron Technology, Red Cat Holdings, Alibaba. So, all right, let's take a look here. XRP's pivoting, a lot of liquidity. Let's see what Bitcoin, how Bitcoin's behaving. My voice has been hoarse because we've had so much pollen here in North Florida. So, kind of difficult to talk with all the pollen. Bitcoin, I bought the dippy dip on Bitcoin this morning at 70,972.49. And it's now trading while it's post news on FOMC interest rates at 71,779. So that's a nice trade, been scaling into Bitcoin on the dippy dip. So the news is out on FOMC. I'm not seeing it on the news agencies that I follow live yet, but they usually update. Fed holds, here it is, ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. Fed holds rates steady as new shocks play out. So holding steady, and Bitcoin is pivoting up nicely on that. So buy the rumor, sell the news. The stock market dipped. The S&P is pivoting up slightly. Bitcoin's pivoting up. So, and then XRP is pivoting up also. So there's the news. Fed keeps interest rates the same, everyone. So that's what I have. Check out again my weather app, weathermist.com. And then my ebook, you'll see the link below on ChatGPT, how to use agentic AI, the artificial intelligence, and master the use of ChatGPT. So weathermist.com. So this is live updates on Fed decision. Stock market's holding in there. The VIX is up about 5%. Gold is off on the inflation trade. S&P is active. The Dow 30, the NASDAQ is off about 0.5%. Russell 2000's active. The VIX, again, the gold bullion, and Bitcoin's off about 4%. Ah, man, there goes Bitcoin. It's pumping, and XRP's pumping. So I got a nice trade here going on with XRP. Bought the dippy dip in anticipation of the news at the pivot points. Zcash is off about 12%, had a big pump in it. Pepe, Dogecoin is off about 6%. Pepe is off 6%. Zcash again. Solana. But Bitcoin's a beast. So there we have it, people. We're at about 30 minutes. Bitcoin's pumping up about 72,000. Here we go. So nice trading, everyone. Nice trade. Have a great day. It's John on his news desk, prop trading desk. Let the trend be your friend. Let's see how this World War III thing plays out and the price of oil and everything. So that's it, everyone. Have a great day. Thanks. And I say this every day. I give thanks for my abundant supply now manifested. I have it now. Thanks.